Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, and we're doing another Battle for Zendikar 8-4 draft. Alright, open Kiora. Gotta take that, right? How could we not? Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may have it fight target creature, then put 3 8/8 blue octopus creature tokens onto the battlefield. Yeah. It's pretty awesome. So other than that, it just basically ramps, untaps creatures. Doesn't protect itself very well, does it? Still, definitely the first pick. I don't even know what the price on it. I imagine it's not ridiculous, but we'll find out. It looks like it's 2.5 tickets. It's actually not worth that much, is it? I still think it's going to be the pick here. I want to play it. I want to try it. What else is in here? I might not even, to be honest, I might not even play it, I guess, because it's green-blue. But I still want to take it and potentially play it. I'm not passing anything nuts in here. I'm passing a Nullifier, which is good, Infiltrator, which is good. I'm not even going to commit to this Kiora. I'm just going to take it because I find it interesting. What do you want me to say? Ooh, well, if I take the Woodland Wanderer, that's a good Converge follow-up. I could go for a Converge deck early. And we're really not passing anything too crazy once again. Sheer Drop's fine. So, yeah, if I want to make a Converge deck, I'm fine with my base colors being maybe green-blue, then splash like white. But the Woodland Wanderer is awesome. Definitely want to take that. This is a great card. Like in a 2-color deck, at worst, it's a 4-mana 3/3 Vigilance Trample, which is pretty good. And more likely, it's a 4/4 Vigilance Trample for 4, which is insane. Yeah, we'll take this guy. All right, so Converge. I'm going to want Fixing. I like the Beastmaster, but let's look for some... I think we want the Evolving Wilds. If we're going to make these 2 cards work, we're going to want some Fixing. And I'm not passing anything too nuts here. Angel of Renewal is really good. But if we want to get thematic with our Converge deck, I think Evolving Wilds is the best place to be. I think this Retreat's fine. It's not terribly exciting. I love the Beastmaster, like I said. Infuse with the Elements is probably a card that wheels, but I do want to try. We'll take Evolving Wilds here. We're just going to slam the Fixing. We don't know what we want our 3rd color to be yet anyway. Okay, Pilgrim's Eye. That's going to definitely help us with our Converge build. Otherwise, there's like Blighted Cataract, Territorial Baloth, both of which are good. I'm going to take the Pilgrim's Eye, though. Usually Tajuru Stalwarts go relatively late. Okay, so now there's Incubator Drone, which doesn't have the best synergy with Converge. I could just take the Tightening Coils. It's a good way to buy some time. I think Incubator Drone's a better card in a vacuum. Neither of them are very archetypal with what we're trying to do. But, I mean, Tightening Coils can disable a creature well, whereas Incubator Drone just basically ramps and gives you a couple bodies. Really nothing wrong with that. But I have some concerns that I might not be able to end up with enough early game. I mean, at this point, in just my first 4 picks, I've kind of committed to a Converge strategy. I'm going to take the Tightening Coils. I think it's decent removal here. And I do like Incubator Drone, but I want to make sure I get some early game in our Converge deck, or else we can get run over. Okay, I guess I can take Cloud Manta. I don't love it, but I guess it blocks or attacks. So does Broodhunter Worm. I mean, this evades, so it's probably better, but 3 toughness is potentially better. Both pretty unexciting 4-drops. There's really nothing else. I could just take the Scour, get a 7-drop removal. I don't love Scour either, but it's a catch-all. And we're going to be playing 18 lands and probably some ramps, so I think it might be okay. Okay, so here's where we can take a Gideon's Reproach. It's not the best on the splash. We could take the Anticipate, but I just feel like we're going to see another one of those. Giant Mantis, fine, not exciting. And then some red cards that we're not really interested in. I think I'm going to take the Reproach. We could play Bant, maybe. Possibly splash for the white. We already have the means to splash for white. And like I said, I think we're likely to see Anticipate later, and I don't really want the Mantis. Reproach is probably fine on the splash, not amazing. Okay, here's a Blister Pod, which isn't great. It's more for like the black-green sack deck. I probably want the Fertile Thicket, get some more fixing. It's fixing. Here's our Tajur Stalwart. So this is like MVP of these kind of decks. Really important card for Converge. I guess we can take Call to Scions. Could actually take the Blighted Step, but usually when you're playing Converge, you need all the colored mana you can get. So let's take Call to Scions, I guess. Okay, table the Beastmaster. Still no love for this card. I like it, though. I guess we can take Ghostly Sentinel. Dispel is fine. Might see another one later. All right, Broodhunter Worm. No one likes green, as per usual. People definitely listen to that Limited Resources podcast. Broodhunter Worm is something they highlighted as you should not be happy if you're running it. But I'm happy to have it in our deck until we find a good replacement. So, yeah, 3 colors we're tentatively trying to bust are green, blue, and white, with a focus on green at the moment, since green tends to always go late. Still could very easily be green, white, splash blue, which I'm also okay with. Green, white typically wants to pick up allies and such. Very nice. Last pick, Anticipate. If we're green, white, I don't think we're going to splash for Anticipate, but still looking good so far. Okay. So now we've got Grove Tinderworm, which is a really great card. How are we in the ally department? We have only one? 2 allies? We could get some more. Natural Connection tends to wheel. Otherwise, it's a great card for our deck, but I don't want to take it too early. This Grove Tinder Druid is a really strong card. I think I want to focus on the green-white and then the blue for our Converge spells. And Kiora, of course. And maybe Tightening Coils. I don't know about Tightening Coils on the splash either. But Unnatural Aggression, yeah, it's pretty unimpressive. I don't really have any need for processing or anything like that. Grove Tinder Druids has just been a very good card from what I've seen. And it synergizes well with Beastmaster in both that it's an ally and it poops out tokens that you want to pump up. So let's take the Grove Tinder Druid. And hopefully wheel that Natural Connection. That would be nice. All right, Skyrider Elf is like one of the... Wow, Exert Influence too? I think we got to take that. I mean, hope to wheel the Skyrider Elf. There is an actual chance we do. They're both really good. Exert Influence is awesome, though. That's really cool. So Converge deck is already kind of coming together. I like it. So hope to wheel the Skyrider Elf. And I'd settle for a Territorial Baloth. That's fine, too. But Exert Influence, we got to take that. Got to steal creatures. Okay. So now we have another Tightening Coils. We have Blighted Woodland. Blighted Woodland is also good for Converge, definitely. And there's Natural Connection. I think I'd rather have the Blighted Woodland. Granted, it's not a colored mana, but maybe it's just better strictly for the landfall deck, though. I might want the Natural Connection. I do think this card goes late, though. It's more likely, and we have another one that potentially wheels. I'm going to take the Blighted Woodland. All right, Snapping Gnarlid is a cheap little threat. There is Spell Shrivel, there's Spawning Bed. I like Snapping Gnarlid. What I like about it is we're base green, it's cheap, it's a good threat early, it's a good blocker early. We don't really need another Fertile Thicket. Even if we did, we'd probably wheel it. Spawning Bed, you know, is fine. Spell Shrivel is actually fine too. But let's sort by color, actually, so I can get a really good idea of where we're at on colored stuff. So, yeah, still definitely base green, which makes this Snapping Gnarlid a really attractive option, I think, so we'll take it. Okay, so now we can take Territorial Baloth. There's Reclaimer, but we're not going for a processing plan. So, I I guess I do have to be kind of conscious of our curve. I mean, we wheeled Beastmaster last time. I think we're just going to take Baloth. It works better with the Blighted Woodland. It fits our curve a little bit better. And it's space green. All right, Scythe Leopard. I'm actually fine with that, too. There's a Cliffside Lookout, which is an ally. I don't necessarily need to take the Leopard. We're not going to be beat down, I don't think. I'd rather have an ally, I think. I mean, I really think these natural connections are going to wheel, which just makes me want to take the Lookout because it synergizes well with the Druid and the Beastmaster. Really well with the Druid since poop out a token and then you can pump the token up. Yeah, I think I'm okay here. Another shot at Unnatural Aggression. Admittedly, our removal is low, but we do have like Tightening Coils, Exert Influence, and Scour from Existence. That might be good enough. I'm going to take the Lookout here. All right, now Incubator Drone versus Tandem Tactics. I mean, Tactics is fine. I think Drone is just a better card. I'd prefer to play it over the Broodhunter Worms anyway, I think. Because just getting a couple bodies on the board can definitely be worth it. Especially in a deck that's got Cliffside Lookout and Beastmaster. So even though it's not, you know, the archetype that wants it, it's just a good card in the color. Okay, so now we have another shot at Tightening Coils. I think I'm fine taking another one. Could take the Rush of Ice here, which is fine. I think Tightening Coils is going to be better for the long game. We look like we're really going to shine in the long game, given that we've got Kiora and, like, some fatties. So let's take Tightening Coils. All right, now we just get another shot at Rush of Ice. Could take the Cloud Manta. I guess we only have 10 creatures, no Awaken, which is a low creature count. So maybe I want... Well, I guess they both count as creatures. Why don't we take the Rush of Ice? I like for 6 mana you can get a blocker and tap down one of their dudes. Cloud Manta flies, I guess, but I'm going to take the Rush of Ice. I've got a better feeling about it. All right, Baloth wheeled. We'll slam that. I mean, Royal Mage's Trick is I mean, it's a Converge card, but we'll take the Baloth. Another shot at Rush of Ice, sure. Spell Shrivel I actually kind of like. So it looks like this pack was definitely the blue, all about the blue. So at the end of this pack, it looks like we're, yeah. In fact, we picked up more blue than green that pack, interestingly enough. So now we're splashing white, which I guess makes this, well, Sentinel's probably fine on the splash. Lookout is an awkward splash. Grove Tender Druid's probably a fine splash too. All right, I can actually, the funny thing is I can actually take Sunken Hollow. It's probably still worth some tickets too, but the nice thing is I just get to run it in this deck, and it just makes my Converge guys better. Yeah, it's worth 2.5. I'm probably fine with that. Could take another Pilgrim's Eye, but we actually have a playable deck right now, so we're already just looking for upgrades. Hope to wheel the Tajuru Stalwart. It's an important card for this deck, but I think for our Converge cards, just having this like Sunken Hollow is going to be really nice, actually. And it's worth a couple tickets. I think just the fact that it feeds Converge so well, and I think we can table Tajuru Stalwart. I have some degree of confidence of that. This is kind of a miss, I guess. We could take the Coral Helm Guide. It's an ally, which works well with the Beastmaster and the Druid. And it's a blue card, which we're focused on. We need some more early game. I'm probably okay taking the Coral Helm Guide. There's also a shot at Rising Miasma, I guess, which technically works with Sunken Hollow, or another Blighted Woodland, or a Tightening Coils. You can go pretty deep on Tightening Coils, but I want more ways to synergize with Grove Tender Druid and our Beastmaster, and I want some more early plays. So I'm going to take this Coral Helm Guide. From Beyond. Well, this card's pretty awesome. I wish we actually had Eldrazi. I mean, at the very least, it still works fine. It spits out a guy every turn, which I think is actually pretty good. And there's really not too much else for us. Oracle I don't love. Unnatural Aggression is removal. We don't have great bodies for it. Cloud Manta is probably fine too. I'm going to take the From Beyond though. I want to play this. I want to play around with this card more. I love that. I mean, it makes you an army. Granted, it's a slow way to make an army, but it works. Foil Serpentine Spike is a little bit scary, but I guess we have a Spell Shrivel, so we're okay. I actually think Spell Shrivel's fine. Ooh, Lumbering Falls. That's awesome. I think we got to slam that. Yeah, this card's great. It's like perfect for us, too. We'll take it. All right, another shot at Gideon's Reproach, more removal. Otherwise, another Lookout. I guess if I was going to splash a card, I'd prefer the Reproach, but we are Creature Light. But just because we're Creature Light doesn't necessarily make me want to take a Lookout. There's also an Ondu Rising, which is fine. I guess Rush of Ices kind of count as creatures, too. Let's take the Reproach. Fine on the splash, I think. Not amazing. Ooh, Part the Water Veil's fun. That is a fun card. Otherwise, we could take Horribly Awry. I think we got to take the Mythic here, right? There is Encircling Fissure, too, which is actually pretty legitimate. But I'd got to take Water Veil. There's actually a shot we can get the triple blue, too. This deck looks fun. Even if we get stroked round one, this deck looks like a fun deck to play. So really hoping to wheel that Stalwart. I guess I really was hoping to pick up some more. Regardless, we have a fine little a little sub-theme. We don't have any ways to process for Rune Processor, which really doesn't make it a very attractive pick here. I could take another Cascade. I don't love that either. I probably take a second Lookout's a little bit awkward. The one is already kind of awkward. I'm not even sure if I want it, even though we're Creature Light. Maybe the Giant Mantis as a little blocker. Doesn't synergize with our allies, but we don't have enough allies where I really care about that anyway. This just doesn't block particularly well. Mantis probably holds down the fort a wee bit better. Multiple Spell Shrivels seem a bit unnecessary. Still hoping to wheel those. Did we really not wheel any natural connections? That's pretty surprising. I don't think it's going to be a big deal because we have some fixing, but it is surprising. All right, I think Courier Griffin is probably the card we'd want to play the most since it's a flyer that can block reasonably well that gains life. There's Brilliant Spectrum, which is pretty bad, I think, for the most part. All right, another shot at Fertile Thicket. I mean, we can play multiples. I have a few lands that enter tapped already, though, but it's probably the pick for us here. Certainly not Inspired Charge. All right, we'll take Plummet for the sideboard. It's a good sideboard card to have. All right, I guess we wield Unnatural Connection, or Aggression, rather. We have Oracle of Dust and another Scour. I think we're playing the one Scour. I don't see myself playing two. I don't need the Sandstone Bridge. I guess we're taking the Aggression. Like I said, it's not very good for us. This card's just not very good either. Guess we'll take it because it's on color. All right. Swell of Growth. I mean, I don't really love Swell of Growth. I'm going to take the Lookout. I don't think we're playing either one. Last pick Lookout. Well, glad I didn't pick it earlier. I don't even think we're playing the Lookouts. We'll have to see how this deck comes together. I don't think it's Unnatural Aggression much either. This deck's okay. I think we'll be able to make it work. I wish it would have turned out a little bit better. I really expected to wheel one of those natural connections. We did. There were three, and I'm very surprised that none of them wheeled, to be perfectly honest. Like I said, we still ended up with enough fixing. We have the Pilgrim's Eye, we have double Fertile Thicket, we have Lumbering Falls, Evolving Wilds, Blighted Woodland, Sunken Hollow, which I guess isn't fixing. But we also have the Lumbering Falls should work well. 3 tap land out of 18. I guess 4 technically. That might be pushing it. Maybe I don't want double Fertile Thicket. That might not be good enough. I have to make a lot of cuts. I have to make, 9 cuts? Yeah, 9 cuts. That might be tough. Probably don't need double Rush of Ice. Probably not running the Lookouts. Probably don't want the Anticipate. Probably don't want the Call to Scions. Just doesn't seem like a card our deck needs. So then I just need to make 3 more cuts. Currently running, I guess, 14. You can kind of count this as a creature. On 9 mana, take an extra turn creature. You can't really count Kiora as a creature. You can kind of count Exert Influence as a creature a little bit. Not wheeling Skyrider Elf or those natural connections really hurt us. But we have some good early removal, actually. I think Unnatural Aggression is just not good enough for this deck. We just don't have good bodies to support it until later. And between Double Tightening Coils, Double Reproach, Exert Influence, and Scour, we're probably okay. In fact, I'm trying to think if we don't even want the Scour necessarily, just because it's expensive. We kind of are busy with our mana anyway. Like Double Reproach, Double Tightening Coils can take care of most creatures. And Scour's not fantastic anyway. I guess you can count From Beyond as sort of a creature too. Yeah, I think we actually just need to cut some of our late game. We're looking a little bit clunks McGrunks up here. So I got to make one more cut. Maybe one of the 4-drops. Maybe the Ghostly Sentinel. I'd rather have a creature that gains life, even if it is at 4 mana. Yeah, I think life gain is a pretty important part for this deck. I think the Vigilance is nice, though, too. Being able to attack and block is certainly a pro. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could cut Spell Shrivel. I feel like I'm not doing enough early, though. Yeah, and we have enough creatures between our Awaken and From Beyond where I'm not too worried about that. Let's cut the Sentinel, I think. I think I still want to counterspell in here, just in case I don't have anything to do before then. Alright, so focus on green and blue and then splash white. So we want Evolving Wilds, we want this. I think we only want to run one Thicket, and then the Sunken Hollow, then the Lumbering Falls, then the Blighted Woodland. Okay, so I've got a minute to get my mana right. How many white sources do we want for 4 white spells? Probably 5, including the Evolving Wilds. So if I do like this, what is this? 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think we go like this. And this is 4, 5 with the Evolving Wilds. I've got 30 seconds. 5, 6, 7, 8 green. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blue. That's probably fine. We have more blue than green, I guess, though. Yeah, maybe we do it the other way then. All right. Right in the nick of time. We'll see you around 1.